Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, NHS Fife is already caught up in an industrial tribunal over the case of nurse Sandy Peggy insisting that she doesn't want to have to change in front of men. Quite right too, but the hospital are saying, no, you have to change in front of men. It's the rule. If you don't like it, you find somewhere else to change. And they let men change in front of women. Men can expose themselves in front of women. Men can look and glare and look, and peek, while women get changed in front of them. This is hospital policy. And then she didn't like it. She was then reprimanded and then took the hospital to an industrial tribunal, which she's going to win. And the problem for NHS Fife is if Sandy Peggy wins, well, she's in line for a lot of money and she can sue them. If, however, she loses and the industrial tribunal comes down on the side of the hospital, then the hospital will be prosecuted for breach of the law. It's a weird position to be in. But you'd think they'd learn. Only they don't, because they still want to push their agenda and they're still very, very stupid. And so they've got a new problem. And that is they don't know what to do with men and women. They were insisted that, quote, they're still developing their policies, which gives vulnerable patients access to a medical professional who will help them during, let's just say, intimate examinations or treatments with the gender chosen by the patient. Not the sex then, not the sex. They're saying the gender. We don't want to choose by gender, you want to choose by sex. And what do you mean by developing? The law is clear. The law has been clear since 2010, and it was clarified even further nearly a month ago by the Supreme Court. You can't still be developing that thing. If a man's a man, then he gets a man. If a woman's a woman, she gets a woman. End of story. And you can't choose, well, I want a male gender. Now, is that male sex or what, No, sex means sex. Gender means sex. This is the law now, whether they like it or not. And they keep coming up with these weasel words. Oh, developing policy. No, too late for that. If you attempt to do something that's illegal, you'll get sued or prosecuted or both. So caught up again. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Who's running this hospital and why are they so mental? Anyway, they've confirmed that they have no chaperone policy, which is needed to support these patients who are having these procedures. Both men and women can request this, and it is usually someone of the same sex provided by the hospitals, but not guaranteed as far as the hospitals are concerned. Yes, I know he's a bloke, but he says he's a woman, and it's okay. He's seen lots of vaginas before. Really? But they're saying that, and their line is, wherever possible, we will provide a chaperone of the same sex. No, you will provide a chaperone of the same sex, not whether it's possible or not. You will, because that's in law. Why are they deliberately ignoring law, especially law that's now been, adequately explained to them? They really have to carry on pushing. I think the problem they've got is they've got to keep pushing the agenda until this industrial tribunal is over. Because if they admit anything otherwise, then the whole thing falls apart and they have to pay up sooner. I don't know. They're going to be paying up. They can't possibly win this tribunal. It's absolutely marvellous, isn't it? But apparently it's not just them. It's the whole of the NHS in Scotland. None of them have got this policy. None of them can guarantee that if you're a woman, you'll get a woman to chaperone you during an intimate examination or treatment. We live in a weird world run by weird people, and we've really got to have a revolution and stop letting weirdos have authority and return to the good old days where people with sense were running things. Thanks very much. Bye.